gonna floor it.
Back to the channel. We just got over here to Killer Diesel, and me and Mason got some driving clips of the truck, so I'll go ahead and throw those in now. But we do have a new turbo setup on the blue second gen, the 2002 24 valve that I picked up and we've been doing some stuff on. I put a 467 on this thing and I just really wasn't happy with it. I didn't really like the way that it drove, so I got this 363. It's a 63, 68, 12, and we just did a little bit of driving. And now show you guys what it looks like. Got our mounted on there. It's pretty dirty under the hood. I had an oil accident yesterday that I'm not too proud of, to be honest. But we got her over here, and we're actually at Killer Diesel Performance, and we're about to go work on Derek's truck a little bit. Looks like they are pretty busy right now. Let's go in here and check this out. All right, guys, so this is Derek's 5.9 common rail engine that we're gonna be putting the pistons in. This is actually gonna be going in his second gen. It's been a while since we did the video on this thing, but I'll go ahead and link it right here at the top so you guys can check out the last video where we tore this thing down, but we got it back from the machine shop. So what all's done in this thing?
We just got the cylinders home to make sure they're perfectly round. And then we got it decked, and that's it. We put new main bearings in it. We're gonna put new rod bearings in it, new rings. But we're gonna put 12 valve rods in it.
You're gonna be putting the 12 valve rods in. Let's see a comparison.
See how much substantially bigger than, that did not sound right, but yeah, they're a lot bigger.
Definitely bigger. So we're gonna be running the 12 valve rods in it, 5.9 bottom end. You got rod bolts for it. You're just gonna run.
Yeah, I got ARP rod bolts for it.
Okay, you're just gonna run the stock bolts for the mains and then ARP rod bolts. He's already got the crank in there and it spins freely. Feels really good.
You've got some like Motor Honey assembly lube on her.
Oh yeah.
Lucas Oil assembly lube.
So yeah, you got her all painted up, and we're going to see if we can set the pistons in this thing.
Yep.
Looking good. Is the head back yet?
No.
Head is not done yet, but we'll try to save that probably for a separate video.
Yeah.
But it looks really good. It's really clean. Looks like she's going to be a ripper, man. What do you think, Mason?
I don't know. Mason don't know anything about like common rail.
Mason's all P-pump. This is like...
It's probably going to blow up within the first 100 miles.
What do you think, Mr. Engine Builder?
If it blows up in the first 100 miles, I'll probably cry.
No, I'm sure she's going to be good, but we're going to get all this... Huh? Oh, yeah, you didn't mention that.
Do half and half firing.
Yeah, we'll see more of it, but he actually got the... To avoid blown head gasket, half of the firing is going to be in the deck of the...
It's pretty much got the best head gasket setup you can put on. It's got firing, half and half in the head, half in the block.
It should have no problem at all ever with the head gasket. I mean, do a hot retorque on it and...
Yeah, it's going to be...
It should be able to hold
the head gasket blows, I'll be really upset.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, but yeah, it's really cool, guys. I mean, it sucks if you know your motor's in the truck. I don't really know if you can even do the firings like that in the truck. I mean, you probably can, but
I think they sell a tool you can, but it's not like
it's
legit.
You might as well just pull it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the nice thing about him doing this full engine build. Got all that done, so we're gonna get these parts all cleaned up and start sticking some pistons in this thing. All right, guys, we got one piston in here right now. We're actually going to get these bolts torqued and then check the piston protrusion to verify that we can actually even continue on without getting your pistons milled, right?
Yep.
So we're just gonna stick one in, probably flip it over.
Yeah.
And we'll turn the motor over and verify that the protrusion's not so high that it's gonna make piston to valve contact. So, some math going.
Cam in it.
Big old cam. Got her flipped over.
Okay, go get some gauge or two.
Who?
We'll go get the gauge.
Oh, okay. There's a better clip so you guys can see how that's cut for the firings. So now you guys can see what we're gonna be measuring is how far that's sticking out of the top of the deck. It's hardly any at all, but we will have to measure it. All right, guys, all of the rods are in. Derek's got his torque wrench. We're about to torque these bad boys, and then we're gonna spin it over and see how she feels.
Yep.
So everything's going pretty smooth. We had a little minor hiccup with one of the wrist pins. I think there might have been some damage on that one, but we were able to find another wrist pin and feels pretty good. So he's gonna torque all these and then we will proceed on. All right, guys, I just officially got the school bus straight pipe. This thing sounds sick. Go ahead and give you guys some rev action. Now the next day, yesterday we obviously got Derek's engine all put together, and then at the end last night I kind of showed you guys a little glimpse of the Chevy. And me and Mason dug into this thing tonight. Kind of took us a long time to figure out where exactly this leak was coming from, but I don't really work on these small block Chevys a lot. I guess it's pretty common for this, but if the diff is leaking, that's a whole different issue. And it's throwing a lot of fluid all over the place. But so the rear main is what it was brought here for. But I mean, there was oil all over the starter, all up in where the rear main seal would be leaking. I mean, just all over the bottom side of the oil pan, and it ended up just being that oil filter housing. We got it all clean like this, and we went and drove it, and we could see it leaking around the edge of it. The O-ring was blown out. It was going down on the drive shaft and just throwing it all over the place. So we're pretty confident that we got this thing fixed. We've drove it a couple times, and we can't get oil to come out of that little peephole right there. So it doesn't appear to be a rear main, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna fill this thing up with oil. We got the oil drained out of it, new filter, new gaskets on that, and take it for a little spin, pull it in the driveway, let it sit for a little bit, make sure we don't have any leaks, and then we're gonna send this thing on the road. So just something to kinda keep in mind. It's just a 91 1500 Chevy. If you guys ever have an oil leak on one of these, I guess it's super common from what I've been reading online. I guess it's super common from what I've been reading online for those to leak. That's the oil filter adapter. And it's just a really common thing. Like at the parts store, they had it on the freaking doorman aisle. It wasn't even, I didn't have to have them get it behind the counter. So yeah, we're gonna pull this thing down, fire it up. It's actually a really clean truck, like really clean. It's all wiped down now, and we're gonna put some oil in it, take it on drive, verify that that stays dry, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, I'm gonna be closing out this video here shortly. I do wanna show you real quick though what I got done on the truck tonight. I am so over messing with stereos and trucks. The one that was in here went bad, and this thing is basically kind of old school. Like it doesn't have RCA cables. There's like mic cables for the amps. And it had a whole nother amp mounted there, and I wasn't able to get it to work with my new radio. So unfortunately, I'm doing away with the amp. I'm just gonna run the regular door speakers off the head unit, and then I'll just have an amp for the subs. But yeah, I'm having to basically rewire, basically run speaker wires all the way back in here, getting them all, I'm just tying them in where they were at the amp. And yeah, we're still gonna keep our sub, obviously, but we are getting rid of the amp for the speakers. So we'll get this thing wrapped up. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up, guys. Kind of a all over the place video, I guess you could say, but that's gonna wrap up the end of it. Be sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Also wanna thank you guys for purchasing items on DirtyDiamondDiesel.com, head studs, stickers. You guys are really helping out and really appreciate that. So be sure to check out the website. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. Just grab yourself a key tag or a sticker if you just wanna support the channel. And yeah, see you guys on the next one.